Hey, welcome back to my channel. And today I'm bringing you a new video, and it's going to be about the #1 camera for 2016. So this is my favorite camera for 2016. Let me just show you quickly my down camera. My cat just jumped on my test table and it's going to stick around. Okay, so this is my number one camera for 2016. I'm going to link below the article I wrote about my top cameras for 2016, and finally we reached #1. So this is the camera I use the most. I have a couple of them, and I'm going to explain the reasons why I love it, and the positive aspects of it, the negative aspects of it. But sorry, let me just get my cat out of the way. Yeah. I'm going to explain why I like it, and some aspects I don't enjoy it so much, but mostly they are positive. So in my down camera, you probably see the Olympus OM-1. In this case, it's the OM-1N. It's a slightly improved version of the OM-1, but they are basically the same camera to the eye. So let me just walk through the camera and well, let's see what this takes. I'm unscripted as always. So let me just remove my lens cap here. Here you can see in this case I have the 50mm 1.8. It's the so-called kit lens, so they were bundled at the time. And let me just, it's a great lens basically. You cannot go wrong with it. So in this case, I think all my lenses for this system, the OM system, have the aperture at the front. It is quite unique for this camera, for the OM lenses. So this one is a 1.8 to f16. Here I have the focus and the focus ring. It's quite smooth in this case, it works fine. Here I have your aperture and your focus scale. So can it actually predict more or less where the focus is going to be. I'm going to remove the lens by pressing this button here and screw it. And the lenses, all that I know, own at least, all have the aperture preview. So this will actually close up the blades. I hope you can see this. So this is basically just the camera itself. It's pushing this knob here, to actually close the blades. So see, that's how it sets the aperture. So the aperture is set in the front of the lens, which is kind of unique, I believe. You see the focus ring, and there you have it. I have several lenses for this system. I have the 50mm, I have the 28mm, the 135mm, and some zooms also. But that's probably something for a different video, I suspect. So let's put the lens to the side here, and let's focus on the camera itself. So the camera has its shutter speed set on the close to the mount of the lens. It's also unique for this camera, I believe. So it goes from 1,000th of a second all the way to bulb. Okay, I really enjoy this because when you are shooting and you have the lens mounted on the camera, everything is handy. So here you set one thing, here you set the other, and you're good to go. So it's kind of convenient, at least for me, in my opinion. So let's remove the lens again. As you can see, it's an SLR camera. There you see the mirror popping up. Mine is in very good condition. It has been beat up, as I mentioned before in my other videos. I have the equipment to actually use it, so I'm not afraid to use it every single time I need to use it. Here I have the PC sync. You can set to the electronic flash or non-electronic flash. Here you have the mirror lockup. You can lock up your mirror if you want to do something with a slower shutter speed and you want to avoid camera shake, and it's okay. Here you have the timer. I'm not going to activate it now, but you just pull this lever, advance, cock, and take a shot, and this will just start to spin, and when it reaches the specific time, it will shoot on its own. This is for you guys to rewind the film. So every time you finish a film, and you want to put it back to its canister, you put it on the R here, and then you start to wind it. Okay. To open the back, it's classical. So just pull up the rewind button. It will pop. In this case, the OM-1s did not have this back with the space for put a little cutout of your film. But I refurbished this one so I can actually use that feature if I want. And here we have the back. So just need to, as usual, you see me do this before in the channel. So you put your film here, pull it there, put it on the sprockets, give it a couple of advances, and you're good to go. So let me close this up. In the top here, you have your rewind button, lever, sorry. Here you have the on-off button. This does not actually power on or power off the camera. Some people think that that's its main feature, but it's not. This activates or deactivates the camera meter, which is battery operated, and I'll show you in a second. Here it's where you put, so I don't have one right now, and I'll explain you why. Here's where you can mount the flash hot shoe. Why don't I have one right now? Because they constantly break on me. That's one of the things I hate about this camera. It's why is the hot shoe not fixed on the body? I know why. It's aesthetics. Whew, what a word. It's just to look prettier, but they constantly break on me. If the plastic gets dry, and often when you buy them, they're already cracked. So if you drop them, they break. And mine broke. I have all my hot shoes are broken. So doesn't really matter to show here. So I don't use this camera for flash photography, basically. Well, sometimes I buy a new hot shoes if I'm on a craving and I want to shoot flash with this camera, but not that often. So that's a not so good feature of this camera. It's the hot shoe. You can actually put it and it's removable. It's nice to look at it without the hot shoe, but they are very flimsy and they break constantly. Here you have you can set the ISA or ISO of your film, so the meter can actually meter correctly. It's a needle meter, so it goes up and down in your viewfinder. This little button here. Let me try to. This button here is where you press to turn this. So you press here and you set this. Okay. This is obviously the shutter button. I have here a quick release, not a quick release, a soft release. I cannot. It's very tight. Oh, okay. So usually it looks like this, but I like to have this one. It raises a little bit the button so it's easier to press, and the film advance, and the shutter button. And here I'm not sure if you can actually see it. It's the frame counter. So every time we take a shot, it will advance one frame, one frame, one frame, and so on and so on. Every time you pop this open, it will reset to 0 again. So it's a quite simple camera to operate. Why I love it? Exactly because of that. It's simple to operate, and it's mechanical. So yeah, I don't need to walk around with some batteries in my pocket in case the batteries die. And it's small. Come on, look at that. It is my hand. I have big hands, but look at this. I can walk all day long with this and not even feel it. It's awesome in that aspect. So far, what I can point out as a not so good aspect of the camera, it's a hot shoe. They break. It doesn't really. I don't want to talk about it anymore. And I would say the 1,000th of a second may be too low for some situations. But it's a fully mechanical. So as far as I know, the only mechanical cameras that can go above 1,000th of a second are the Nikon's FM something, and they are quite expensive. So they are too expensive for my tasting. So that's out of the question for me. This one specifically cost me around 80 euros with the lens, so pretty decent. I also have for it a grip. So let me just show you the bottom. So here I have the tripod mount. As you can see, it's scratched up. I like it like this. I use my cameras and that's it. So here you have the compartment for the meter battery. So if you don't have a battery, this will still work. Okay. So if you check the article I'm going to link below, you can actually see the details about the battery type and some batteries that can replace the original ones, because the original ones are not yet not manufactured anymore. And as you can see here, it says MD. This is for motor drive, and that's exactly what this is. So to mount this, I'm going to remove this cover. I'm going to put this to a side here, and this will reveal the actual gears of the film advance. Let me see if I advance the film, you can see this moving. As you can see, okay. This is where we're going to attach the grip or the film advance grip. So as you can see, I have mine in the box. It's in nice condition, at least the box it is. And also the grip. I have some instructions. I put this to the side, and some styrofoam within, and there you have it. So this is battery operated, so we actually need to put some batteries. I have some here. So let me just pop this open, and so this is where we can actually keep this. So don't lose it, and store it here. So this is the actual, let's call it a drawer, where you can put the batteries. I have some back here. Give me a second to get them. Okay, so sorry about the shakes. So I'm going to follow the instructions. One here, one here, one here, and one here. So it adds to the weight, obviously, and it's done. So in the bottom you can actually select off, single shot, you pull it a little bit up, single shot, or sequential. So you can also connect an external battery pack if you're going to shoot for a long period. So this is simple to assemble. Just align. Let me see if I can this in camera. So just align this, screw it on the hot shoe mount. Let me try to actually make this work. Sorry, let me try it again. This needs to fit. Everything needs to fit on its place. Okay, here we go. It's nice and tight. So I'm going to turn this to single. So make sure that everything looks okay, and here we go. Let's screw this a little bit better. Okay, and so shutter button. So also can connect here an external cable, so can shoot with a cable, and sorry, it's noisy. Let me put on sequence. Not bad. 2-3 frames a second. So this improves performance, obviously. It's noisy, but you don't have to keep winding yourself. So if I open this, see, it's shooting and advancing on its own. So can you tell I'm having fun? Yeah, it's noisy, but it's a cool feature to have, and it looks cool. Don't you agree? It looks great. So let me put away my my protection for the border drive, so I can put it just, if not mistaken, just slide it here somewhere. Just slide it. Where is it? Okay, slide correction. This is not for the to keep the cap. This is just to align the gears so you can fit the camera. You can keep the cap in the battery compartment here. So you just put it there. It has some glue in there, so you can keep it in place. Then you slide the batteries in position, and it's good and safe. So I hope you enjoyed this quick walkthrough through my Olympus OM-1 camera, my #1 camera for 2016. It took a while longer than the other videos, but this is the #1 camera for me this year, so it deserved that time. So once again, I hope you enjoyed this, and I see you next time.